Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Murdle Jr. Mystery. Today's episode is the case of the corpse in a very romantic spot. The horror, the horror. Jake was embroiled in another spooky mystery. A security guard had been killed at the Investigation Institute. And we only have 5 suspects in 5 locations. But before I reveal who they are, I just want to let you know that I'm completely and utterly very disappointed today because last night I made a terrible mistake by locking my phone and I don't remember the password and I tried the methods and it just didn't work, and that's mainly because I'm not doing this properly, but I'm having a very hard time to remember the password. But I cannot say it. But I do know that it contains 4 letters, but I don't know the number of it after the 4 letters. So, in conclusion, I am totally disappointed of myself, and I wish I should not have done that. But now I gotta figure out the password on my own, because I have important things to take care of on my phone, and I just don't know how to get it back. It's very upsetting. So right now, let's try to move on as much as we can by checking out the suspects. We have Coach Raspberry Jr., Judge Pine, Uncle Midnight, Dame Obsidian, and we also have the chef, which I'm going to have to pause it to pronounce the name. So this is going to be hard to pronounce the chef's name. It's Chef Aubergine. I don't know if it sounded French or just, the locations are the Great Tower, the Grand Chateau, the Impossible Hedge Maze, the Miniature Golf Course, and the Observatory. And if you hear something, that's just the fan. Because sometimes I get hot whenever I go to sleep. Each suspect brought one weapon to one location, but only one was a murderer today. Jake began with what he knew for sure. So, we're going to start off with the evidence first, because the security guard's body was found in a very romantic spot. So we need to figure out which one of these locations is very romantic. And apparently it's the observatory. So let's go ahead and put the observatory here. And now let's check out the clues. Uncle Midnight was seen hanging around beside an indoor tree. So let's check this out. Something to do with an indoor tree, but it didn't say specifically which one. The second shortest suspect was not high above the grounds. Chef Aubergine was seen outdoors. And a tourist was in the Impossible Hedge Maze. So let's check out the clues here. So let's see which one is a Taurus. We got Leo, we got Aries, we got Taurus, which is Judge Pine, Sagittarius, Uncle Midnight, Libra, which is the chef. So Judge Pine was at this location. So Uncle Midnight was hanging around beside an indoor tree, which I genuinely and sincerely do not know what that means. This one is now getting a little bit harder because I know for certain that I don't know what it is, and there's no hint that could save me. The second shortest suspect was not high above the grounds. So let's see which one is short. 56, 58, 52, 54. Let's see. I think the second shortest is definitely Dame Obsidian. Dame Obsidian is the second shortest. And this lady was not high above the ground. So let's check out these cards. So I can only imagine that she's probably not, if it's high above the ground, that means that she's somewhere that is like, that is not hot, that is like, I think she is not at the, she is not at the, she is not probably here. This is going to be very bad because I don't know for sure. But we do know that the Taurus is in the possible hedge maze. Now, the chef was seen outdoors, so it's unclear of which one he's at. So this is outdoors, this is outdoors, this is indoors. So he's not at the maze, so that means that he is at the miniature golf course, because it's outdoors. Then, let's see. Okay, we got that. Then Uncle Midnight. Uncle Midnight was seen hanging around beside an indoor tree, studying stars and having romantic and building drops and stuff. Something to do with oaks, so I can only assume that he was at, Uncle Midnight was at the, right here. So that means that one of these suspects is at the, one of these suspects is at a very romantic place. But I'm going to assume it's her. Oh my goodness, I guessed it without... So, this is definitely confirmed. Okay, so Coach Raspberry is at the Grand Tower. Not the Grand Tower, yeah, the Great Tower, excuse me. Which leads this lady to be at that spot. So I guessed it, but I did not pause the recording to figure it out. So, that's a success for me. While Dame Obsidian protests her innocence, she lost confidence as Jake explains the case against her, and she admitted she was caught. Excuse me. Fine, you solved it. You figured out who done it. Are you happy? Now I can get back to writing, she exclaimed. Jake watched her be led away, knowing it was the last he would see of her. And that concludes this case. I solved it on 9 minutes and 22 seconds, so there'll be another one tomorrow. And I apologize. I apologize if the fan is making that kind of noise. There's nothing much that I could do. But I'm not in so much of a great mood because I made a mistake of my phone, like I said before, and now I gotta figure out the password because my aunt could not help me because she doesn't know how to solve this problem. And even though I did some research, it's just like, it's very complicated to understand how this works. It's like, I did that, and sometimes it works, other times it's just confusing if I'm doing this wrong. But I'll keep you updated on that right now. Well, not right now, but as soon as I get this working properly. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another Myrtle Jr. mystery. Bye.